One of the things that I often mention when we're talking about pursuing our dreams is remembering my younger self, my child self. Now, for some people, this is a strange concept, either because it sounds like psychobabble to them or because their own childhood memories are filled with more pain than with fun or hope. If either of those sounds like you, I know 3 ways that you can connect with your inner child without feeling like an idiot. Check it out. It's really loud. Hey guys, it's Shon. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hi, welcome to my podcast. It's Not So Average with Shon Wilson, where I give you my take on, well, everything. I'm doing this just for fun, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Hey dreamers, if I'm new to you, welcome to your very first episode of Not So Average with Shon Wilson. I am an actress in Hollywood and I make content dedicated to inspiring you to pursue your dreams. If you and I have a history, welcome back. We're about to have even more fun because today is all about play. So this is episode 10 of Not So Average with Shon Wilson, which means it is the end of season 1. I want to thank everyone who stuck with me while I figured out exactly what this podcast was going to be and started to refine it to make it more specific and also more fun. I'm going to take a 3-week break between this episode and the start of season 2, but don't you worry. There's plenty of content on the channel I'm sure that some of you haven't seen yet. As well, I'll continue to make shorts, so you'll always have something new from me every week. It just won't be a full episode for 21 days. In the meantime, let's do this thing today. Oh God. Here we go. The first way to connect with your younger self is to play with kids and let them be in control. Now, I have 2 methods for this. One that's for people who have kids and one that's for people who don't have kids. And we're going to talk about each of those methods in just a second. But first, I need to admit something. Some of us have a hard time connecting with kids, either because we don't have kids of our own or because we've forgotten what it's like to be a kid or because kids can be annoying as fuck. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, so these 2 methods I have for playing with them and letting them be in control can help with that. The first is for those who don't have kids. Let's start with you. Now, if you don't have kids, no, don't go stalking a school and don't tell anybody I told you to stalk a school because I did not. Play with your nieces and nephews or your neighbors' kids or your friends' kids. I have 2 nieces and I adore them. Hi, Namara. It's Auntie Shon. Don't use half the words you hear Auntie Shon say in this podcast. Yeah, half. And if you're worried about coming up with something to do with them, don't even fret. Kids are full of ideas. Did I say fret? Who says fret? Nobody says fret. Anyway. Kids are full of ideas. They will always come up with something to do. And the purpose of this particular method, which is play with kids and let them be in control, takes the pressure off of you. It takes you off the hook. Let them create, initiate, and set the rules for every action and activity you guys do together. All you have to do is stay open and play. Now, the other thing that can be a concern for people who don't have kids of their own is worrying about something happening during this playtime. Well, here's the thing. There is at least one adult in the house that can handle any catastrophe that comes up, whether it's a fire or it's 2 burglars who break in and want to steal all the Christmas gifts. And that's you. You can handle it. And more than likely, their parents are right in the next room. So it'll be fine. You'll be okay. Play with those kids. If you have kids, you can have even more fun with this by turning the tables on them. Be as annoying as they can be. Ask why over and over and over again. Do things in an exaggeratedly different way than what they told you. Pick fights with the other kids. Again, be as annoying as fuck. It's a really fun way to blow off steam. And, it might make them think twice about being pains in the asses in the future. It won't make a difference at all. Again, whether you are the actual parent of these kids or you've borrowed them from someone who knows and trusts you, the goal, I lost my train of thought for a second. The goal is to let them take the lead in all of the activities and all of the ideas. And you just really have fun with it. The second way you can connect with your inner child without feeling like an idiot is to watch Saturday morning cartoons from when you were a kid. Do it on a Saturday, and as a bonus, eat cereal while you do it. These are available for you to see on YouTube. In fact, you might have noticed that behind me, the Smurfs have been playing for this entire episode. If you're someone who watches Not So Average, as opposed to someone who just listens to it. Yes, they have it, all of it, on YouTube. Y'all, I love YouTube. I talk about YouTube so much, they really ought to pay me a royalty for all the times I suggest that you guys find something on YouTube. So during pandemic, there was a period of time where I, every Saturday morning would get up and I would watch Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday mornings. Sometimes I would watch, do you guys remember Pinwheel? Nickelodeon's Pinwheel? Oh my gosh, I loved that show. This is a perfect way to connect to your younger self. It's going to remind you of happy times in your childhood, right? That's positive. The cereal, if you like cereal. I don't really like cereal so much anymore, so I don't do that part. Y'all, it's crazy. Some of these things have been remastered, so they look bright and vibrant, and some of them don't. And they've got that vintage feel, which again, takes you back. And it makes you feel that joy that you felt as a kid. So definitely go to YouTube. You might even be able to find it on like Daily Motion or some other sites that I'm just not aware of, and find cartoons from when you were a child and watch those on Saturday mornings before you do anything else, before you do any adulting, any chores, taking care of other kids. Again, if you're a person who's got kids of your own, oh my gosh, watch your cartoons with them. Introduce them to, animation when it was real or less real, because 3D animation tries to look like real life, and so it doesn't feel like animation. I personally prefer 2D. My boyfriend works in 3D, and it pays our rent. The third way to get in touch with your inner child, your younger self, your small you, your mini you. So like my mini me. Anyway, let me get back to the point. The third way to connect with your younger self, your inner child, is to listen to songs and albums from when you were a child. These are also available on YouTube. That's right. So for me personally, those are things like, remember Alvin and the Chipmunks, right? So Alvin and the Chipmunks did an album in the 80s called Chipmunk Punk, where they did covers of Billy Joel and Blondie and whoever it is that sang My Sharona. That's on YouTube. Someone put it on YouTube. Disco Duck. Peppermint Candy Kids. They were the ones that sang like all these songs. Some of them taught lessons, and then some of them were just fun. They had this big Frosty the Snowman album and this Santa Claus is Coming to Town album. I think they might have also done the Peanuts Christmas album. Speaking of Peanuts, there's also the Sesame Street albums that are out there. There are, people did covers of the, like for kids, they did covers of the theme songs from television shows. Those are on YouTube too. And then the pièce de résistance, I didn't say that right. Let me try that again. The pièce de résistance. I think I said it right that time. The Disney read-along albums. For me, they are the holy grail of my childhood. I had the 72-inch ones, the big ones, and I had the 45s. So for some people, you'll remember it was the ones where it says, you can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring like this. Let's begin now. there is a channel on YouTube, which I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I should have looked it up before I started this video, but I will put a link to it in the description of my notes here. In the description of my show here. There is a channel. I think there's two actually, where someone has not just uploaded these to YouTube, but it's the original vintage album. So you hear like all the cracking and stuff. You want to talk about being thrown back to your childhood? Listen to those. Okay, you can tell which one is my favorite, right? I just got so excited about that. In fact, if you look at the beginning of this video and then you look at what just happened, it's like two completely different things. I believe in all three of these methods for connecting with your younger child, and I know that you're going to have fun with all of them. But man, oh man, hearing those Disney albums, all I wanted to do growing up was to compose for Disney. So like I said, well, that's not all I wanted to do. I also wanted to be Whitney Houston. I didn't understand that because there was a Whitney Houston, I could not also be her, but that's a topic for another day. And also thank God I wasn't her because I would have died prematurely and I don't want that. There's the Shon tangent. We have at least one per episode. Anyway, so those are the three methods for connecting with your inner child without feeling like an idiot. Play with kids and let them be in control. Watch Saturday morning cartoons from your childhood on Saturday morning. And as a bonus, eat cereal while you do it. And listen to music from when you were a kid. The last two are available for you on YouTube. You guys, this is so much fun. Thank you for joining me for this. It is also the beginning of what is coming up for Not So Average with Shon Wilson. Going forward, the episodes are going to be fun like this one. They are going to be shares, puzzles, and games going forward. So if there is a place, an area, a way in which you feel stuck and unable to pursue your dreams, or stuck and unable to move forward in the dream you've already started to pursue, tell me, and I will devise a method for us to get you unstuck. You can either write it in the comments or you can shoot me an email. If you follow me on other methods of social media, you can DM me there. I want to play with you. That sounds weird, but y'all know what I mean. Let's have fun. Okay, so as usual, I am going to put some links in the description of the show. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to link to the channels that have the Disney songs and stories on them. I'm also going to put some support links like I do every single episode to help you with the topic that we discussed today. Thank you for being here with me right now. Again, if this is your first time, if we're meeting for the first time, welcome, and I hope you come back. And if you have been with me for all 9 of the episodes that came before this, that was loud. Did y'all hear that motorcycle? And if you have been here with me for all 9 of the episodes that came before this one, thank you for sticking with me. Season 1 is done. Season 10 is finished, and season 2 is going to be even better. See you in a few weeks. Bye. Aren't my theme songs fun? I found them at Purple Planet Music. You can find music for your projects there too. Just go to purple-planet.com.